Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here with Mango, and we're going to do a new video series, right, buddy? Huh? And just kind of answer some questions. A lot of people, are interested in parrots. Whoop. They like parrots and want to know more about them. This particular kind of parrot, as you've seen in a previous video, is a Triton cockatoo. He's a greater cockatoo. He's pretty good size. Step up, good boy. He is. From Australia. It's where his species come from, and New Guinea. They're very widespread down there. They are considered pests actually, because they breed, they flock in the thousands out there, and they tear up farms. They're also in the cities and can be quite charming. But yeah, so he's from Australia, New Guinea, those places down there, and whoop, yeah, hi. He's a pretty good talker. He does say quite a few things. One question was, where do I get a parrot? Where do I get birds? Well, there are a lot of breeders out there, and there's a few things that you need to ask yourself before you get a parrot, right? The one thing is, do you have the right home for a parrot? Now, I live pretty much by myself. I've got a roommate who's in and out, but I don't have any kids. I've got a dog, so I can devote quite a bit of time to this guy. They need lots and lots of attention. And some parrots are more independent than others. Cockatoos are not. They are codependent as hell. He gets a little fussy when I leave the room. He doesn't like it. He is definitely a social bird. Like I said, they're used to flocking in thousands, so they don't like to be by themselves. They like to be around other creatures, other animals. Yeah, it's a pretty baby. So you need to be able to spend time with him or her. You need to make sure that you've, yeah, got a home that's conducive. If you're not going to be around a lot, a bird, especially a big bird, is not for you. And whew, they can get loud. I mean, blood curdling loud. They shouldn't do it all the time, but they will they will get loud on you easily. So these are not apartment birds. Yeah, if you're in an apartment, this is not what you need at all. Definitely. And I've had parrots before. I had one for about 4 years. Had an umbrella. Yeah, umbrella cockatoo, and she. She was loud too. She's about the same temperament, very similar temperament that this guy is. And I researched, I was looking at getting a macaw, and I researched for a year, before I got this guy. And when I did get him, I was really um, questioning it. I was like, do I really, really want to invest into a bird like this? So these are major, major things to get into, because this bird can live up to 80 years. I mean, he's going to be around for a long time. He's 8. He's a little baby still. He's young. He's still a kid. And think of them like a 3-year-old attached to your hip the rest of your life. That's what these birds are. Definitely. They are great characters. They are good companions. As far as value wise, I mean, they're about the price of an expensive breed of dog, but they're going to live as long as you or longer. So I guess they're a value pet. Yeah, so I'm a value pet. Where do you get one of these? Well, you can go to pet stores. You can go to breeders. You have to decide, do I want a brand new bird, a baby bird, and raise the bird, or do I want to adopt a bird? Because you've got some choices there. And I'll actually put some links to some Facebook pages of some adoption places that I really like, and I think are nice. But here's the thing, you have to make that decision. If you get a baby bird, okay, choose a good breeder or a good pet store. Um, Make sure they're reputable. Now, the benefits of getting a baby bird. Um, woo, you are starting from scratch. So you'll be able to train the bird the way you want it to behave, the way you want it to act. So there are no bad habits. problem is you got to know how to train the bird to get a good, well-behaved bird. If you've never had a bird, you don't want a big bird to start off with. There are lots of different types of birds you can start off with. Cockatiels. If you're wanting to get something like this, eventually start off with a cockatiel. Conures, small parrots, those are good birds, aren't they? Yeah. But they can be loud too. I mean, any bird can be loud. But don't buy a big bird as your first one. That's not a good idea. Is it? No. So yeah, there's that. Now, if you adopt a bird, if you look at an adoption agency, okay, woo, hi. If you're looking at an adoption agency, um, you know, that's always a good thing. Yeah, it's always good, isn't it? Um, Here's the thing: a lot of people say when you adopt a bird, you're inheriting somebody else's problems. There's a reason that they did not want that bird. Okay, and that's possibly very true. That's not always the case. Um, you have to, find out why this bird was, surrendered. Sometimes it's financial. Sometimes they just physically can't take care of the bird anymore. People get elderly. This guy, he's a rehome. He came from a very loving family. Um, and I was lucky in the fact that he really has no major issues. I mean, he's got his own little weird quirks, don't you? Yeah. But I knew what I was getting when I got him. Yeah. So there are some birds that are not rehomable. I mean, that's a fact. Um, so you really have to look. Do I want to, and adopting a bird is fantastic because there are so many of these guys and girls out there that need homes. And if you're somebody that can deal with um, birds, and their issues and deal with their special needs, sometimes they're little special needs, then, adoption is something that you can go for. And adoption does not mean it's a free bird, okay? This little guy, he was a free bird for me, but I knew the family for a long time. If you go to an adoption agency, yeah, a rescue center, you could, in fact, have to spend some money, a few $100s to $500, because they run on charity. Okay, so those adoption fees, it's just like going to the Humane Society. Dogs aren't free. When you go down there, you have an adoption fee. So don't expect, because it's a rescue bird, that it's going to be free, right? Yeah. See, that's not always the case. So, and check in your local areas for adoption and rescue centers, because there are lots of them around there. And those are good places too. And you can go directly to breeders, and that's always a good thing, because you can check on the quality of the birds, the health of the birds. You can check from other people who have gotten from that agency or from that breeder, and get their take on that breeder. Like, yeah, all right. So there's a lot of different ways you can go at it. A lot of pet stores will only get birds from particular breeders that they've worked with and are established with them. Um, so yeah, it really just kind of depends um, on what you're looking for and that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for a bird that is very sweet, um, this is definitely a sweet bird. Um, they can be loud. All birds can be loud. Don't pull your fluffins out. What are you doing? See, look at that. He's pulling fluffins out. He, ooh, is he scratchy? Check your local pet stores. Talk to them. This is not something to just flat out rush into and buy. Absolutely not. That's how most of these birds end up in rescues, because people buy them like, oh, they're cute, they're impulse buys, and they figure out that they can't handle the animal. So be very, 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 very careful with it, right, Mango? Hmm? Yeah. See, right? You want to make sure that you're going to invest your time, invest money. Their vet bills can be very, very pricey. Yeah. Their food's okay. I mean, It's not much different than a dog as far as kibble and stuff like that, but you will need to get fresh fruits and stuff. Do not give them avocado. That is poisonous to these guys, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they're picky eaters. I mean, they can be very picky eaters. He doesn't particularly care much for a lot of different fruits. He's a vegetable guy. He likes veggies. He likes broccoli. We like broccoli, right? We love corn on the cob. That's a favorite. We walnuts are okay. Like walnuts okay. We like sunflower seeds. So and their diet will need to be varied. I mean, they're like us. You know, they want to eat different things too. So keep that stuff in mind. So I hope that helps as far as where to get a bird, what to think about before getting a bird. Um, you know, think about those things. Look at those things. So it's definitely heavy questions. These are not, again, these are not animals to lightly get into. That is for sure. So thanks for watching and look for more videos. If you have a question, please feel free to drop it down below or shoot me a private message, and I'll keep track of those and try to answer those in the future. So thanks, Mingo. Say bye, Mingo. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Bye, YouTube. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.